We are in Jedadiah Smith State Park, driving on this dirt road over to the Boy Scout tree trail. It's a pretty scenic road. Lots of big redwood trees. Lots of cars up here this time because it's almost summer, so you got a lot of people. But still, when you get off on a dirt road, there aren't that many cars. Big trees there. There's a stump with something growing out of it. Some big trees over here on the left. Of course, there are big trees all over the place. That's why we came up here. We didn't come up here to see little bitty sticks. We want to see some trees. You see we got some ferns too. It's not just trees up here because it doesn't really snow. They also have ferns that grow in addition to the trees. Over here.
Straight.
Stout Grove. Yeah, go straight. I don't think we turn off any. I don't remember turning off. So yeah, I'd go straight. Yeah, when I did that Redwood Wild River run, we went by the Boy Scout tree trailhead and we didn't do a turn, so. Haven't been up here in a few years, so it's hard to remember. But the way Rick and I, how we get lost so easily, if we would have had to turn, we would have remembered because we'd end up going straight and wouldn't have found it. Look at those big trees over there. Aren't they impressive? Are you impressed by these big trees?
I am super impressed.
Super impressed. Not just impressed, but super impressed. Wow, look at that. Whew. Huge. Look at these over here. I can't get them all in here. I can't get them all in the camera shot. Too many of them. They need to put them all in one spot so I can get them in the camera. Quit moving them around so much. Wow. Look at this big one. Woo! Man alive. Down there is the Smith River. Look at those. All those tall trees there, going up there. And over here on the other side. This is a great thing about living up here is you can go on a weekend, not take any time off from work, and just enjoy these beautiful trees.
And the potholes.
Well, you endure the potholes. I do anyway. Maybe you enjoy them. There's the river down there, Smith River. Ferns there growing on the side of the hill. Lana has to keep going back and forth to avoid all these potholes. Can't avoid them all though. Like here you got ones on either side, so you just pick the one you think is the smallest. Look at that massive tree there. Wow. Now look at that one, how that burned down. Lightning, I guess, got it. Here's one with some little ferns growing on the trunk there. You see that growing up there? Okay. That's unique. It's a pretty drive. I like it even better than sitting at a computer desk typing in spreadsheets all day. This is even better than that. Yeah. I know it's hard to believe, but it is. Although I must like the spreadsheet thing because I do it more than anything else during the day anyway. Sleeping I do more than the spreadsheets. Not too much more though. Well, look at this. He had to stop and block the road just so he could see these. Look at those huge redwoods. This one over here. Look at the green that growing on that one. The green on the bark. They go green up here. When somebody say go green, they take it literally. There's a lot of green up here. Even if you have a dead redwood tree on the ground, you'll have green things growing out of it. You have other redwood trees, you have ferns, you have moss growing on it. You know, it's a lot of green up here. That's why they call it God's country. God loves green. That's his favorite color.
Yay!
Yay for God. Look at this one. Wow. Look at the tree growing, the little bush or whatever it is growing out of the side, that massive trunk. Later on we're going to hike to the Boy Scout tree, itself. It's about a 4-mile hike round trip to just the tree, and it's the largest tree in this state park. So you think these are big, you just wait till you see yeah, see how big that is? The Boy Scout tree trail is even, the Boy Scout tree is even bigger. So we'll have to get video of that when we get out there. That is if I don't take it all up before we get there. Here's one that had fell down a while back, I guess. He's going on the side for you. Well, we could both just sit on opposite ends of the road and not go through. We could do that. Well, look at those. Wow. They got that tree growing out the side of it. You got some massive tree that's 300 some feet tall. Look at this one. This one's huge. It's 3 at the top there, but then down here it all converts into 1. You get some 300-foot tall tree and you get a tree growing out the side, like out there on that left there. See, here's one I mentioned, a fallen redwood. See all the ferns and the little green stuff growing out of it there. Even though it's dead, it's on the ground, you got all this growing out of it. Okay. See there? Do you see there?
See bear. Bear?
Bear?
Where?
No, I don't see any bear. They're out here though. Not where we're going, there are too many people. Look at this huge thing. It's like 5 that grew into 1. Wow. Whew. Another massive one, boy. These are some of the oldest living things in the world. They're about Some of them upwards of 1,500, 2,000 years old.
What? Not million?
Million.
Not millions of years old?
Not that I know of. Of course, I wasn't around that. I was around 2,000 years. I don't know. The time that Christ was on the earth, he wasn't here. He didn't come to America like Joseph Smith said. But when he was on earth, some of these trees, a couple of them anyway, were here. They didn't look like this at the time. They were a little smaller. You know, they've grown a little bit over 2,000 years. See all the ferns here? Ferns and the little trees that grow up around here. So it's not just redwoods, you got a variety of things. Here's a tree that was hit by lightning at some point, and so yeah, they got the top got gone. Here's one that almost went down to the ground. A big one right by the road. You'd think it would grow a little bit away from the road so that you wouldn't have to worry about cars and the fumes from the cars or people hitting it maybe, but it just grew right here right by the road. I don't know why it did that. If it was me, I'd have grown out farther back. Like the Boy Scout tree, that's about 2 miles off of the road. That was smarter, I think. The Boy Scouts are smart, they know. Boy Scout tree says, I'm not going to grow on the side of the road there. I could get hit by a car. I'm going to grow 2 miles out. No one can hit me there. Let's see a car get through 2 miles of trees to get to me here. That's a smart tree right there. Boy, look at that one. That's a huge one. There's one that fell. See the forest over here, not as big of trees over there, but a whole bunch of them. Oh, here's a river crossing. Smith River. Boy, watch out for that hole. It's a doozy. Hey, there's the river down there. See it down there? Look at that big one that had been cut down, or oh, I don't know if it was cut down, but people engraving stuff in there. Love Feli, it said F-E-L-I. They need to add an X. They forgot the X for Felix. I never heard anybody named Feli. But Felix, I know Felix. He's a cat. He's a wonderful, wonderful cat. But look at that tree. Look at how it goes to the left there. You see that? Isn't that weird? Wow. That one's weird. And you see how tall this bush here is probably a good 10 feet tall. That's not even a tree, that's these little bushes.